Hello everyone, welcome to Fact Friday. I'm Martin Padilla. On this edition of Fact Friday, Paul Chavez, Emergency Management Lead Planner, joins us to talk to us about National Preparedness Month and to also walk us through making our very own emergency kit. Paul, thank you so much for joining us. Briefly, can you tell us what National Preparedness Month is?
Every year in September, the Office of Emergency Management celebrates and recognizes National Preparedness Month. National Preparedness Month started after 9/11, and we as emergency managers, we want to spread the message to make sure that families, friends, relatives, and even our co-workers are safe during emergencies and disasters. Last week we started our journey in National Preparedness Month with developing a plan, and this week we are developing our own kit. And so we focus on what things and items, household items, are we going to be needing when we are putting our kit together. Some of the things can be as simple as foam plates and napkins for food items, or they can get as elaborate as batteries for your cell phones or your radios and things of necessity that you're going to be needing at a moment's notice. We recommend that you have items to cover you for 3 days. That includes clothing and food. Bottled water is also one of those necessities that you would be needing. Keep in mind though that these items are going to be needing to be taken at a moment's notice, so you want to be careful that you're not overweighing your backpack or bag or duffel bag for that matter. You can use something as maybe your child's old backpack or an old duffel bag that you have. It doesn't have to be elaborate, it doesn't have to be expensive, but as long as you have these items that can fit in a backpack. We have items like a cell phone, a backup cell phone with battery and charger, a radio. We have a first aid kit, some of these items that you really do need. Also, families are unique and each family has different needs and items that they need for themselves, such as medications, glasses, over-the-counter drugs, those kinds of things that you're going to be needing. In some families, they have children and babies. Make sure that you have a backup formula for your child in the event, again, also that you have to leave at a moment's notice. And we cannot forget that COVID-19 is still around and we need to protect ourselves with face masks, wipes, even the cloth mask that you have for your family. Make sure that you have one for every member of the family, and we recommend that you have disposable ones at that as well.
Being prepared means more than just having an emergency supply kit. How can people be well prepared?
Well, one of these things, again, is if you're leaving at a moment's notice, what can you do to be prepared? One is to stay up to date with weather advisories, much of the El Paso information, we put it out on our website, and you can be registered to get these notices on Everbridge. So at any type of event that comes out, you will get the notice on your cell phone. Additionally, we recommend that you have important documents in a waterproof bag that you need to carry. It could be birth certificates, it could be your other important documents, maybe a marriage certificate. Anything that's of value that you need to take with you could be in these folders.
Can you talk to us about community preparedness?
Well, one thing is to get involved. We offer CERT classes, which is community emergency response teams that we recommend that everybody gets involved in preparation for an emergency. Keep in contact with your family. Check up on them from time to time. It could be during extreme weather temperatures. We have high heat. This summer was really bad with the temperatures, so we ask that you take care of your family, check up on them, make sure that they're okay. Additionally, in the weather or during the winter time, things can get pretty icy out there sometimes, and we want to make sure that you are well advised before you hit the road. Check up on the weather. You can get onto the National Weather Service website and get information there, or you can also check up on your local weather stations.
Some parents have seen an infographic from the CDC that talks about the ABCs of preparing kids for emergencies. This is just part of standard educational advisories, but what advice do we want parents to be aware of as they send their kids off to school?
One of the things this year, the first week of National Preparedness Month was make a plan. We put out some really good templates on our website. You can take a look at those at elpasoready.org. Take a look at those templates, develop your plan. See where your kiddos get off from the bus. Where do you pick them up? In the event of an emergency, where are you going to pick them up? Where are you going to be needing? Make sure that information, the emergency contact numbers, are up to date, and if you have all of those people that you want to be contacted in the event of an emergency are updated.
Where can residents find more information on National Preparedness Month?
We have all of our information there on our website. You can go to our website, feel free to download any of those materials that we have for you, and you can also visit ready.gov. Ready.gov is the FEMA website for National Preparedness Month, and they offer some really good tips, not just on National Preparedness Month, but on all hazards approach to staying safe.
Now, before we go, Paul is going to show us how to make your very own emergency kit. Paul, can you walk us through that process?
So some of the things that we recommend, and here within the Office of Emergency Management, you can get a backpack, as we mentioned. A simple backpack, doesn't have to be elaborate, just something that is waterproof and you can be able to grab at a moment's notice. Make sure that you have a first aid kit with bandages and maybe some over-the-counter medications, maybe for pain, headache, those kinds of things that you're going to be needing. We recommend that you have a working flashlight with batteries. Many times you grab your flashlight and boom, it doesn't work. So we recommend that you have a working flashlight. We recommend that you maybe have some basic tools with you, a wrench, a screwdriver, things that you may be needing on the road. Grab a blanket for each and every member of your family. Sometimes these blankets, it gets cold at night, so you want to make sure that every member has a blanket. Your cell phone, have a backup cell phone. Maybe it might be worthy of your family to invest in a backup cell phone with a battery case, and then also make sure that you have a good charger available. We recommend having some bottled water with you. Sometimes you remember the big gallons. Now they come in individual sizes, so we recommend that you have water at least for 3 days for every member of the household. We recommend a radio, an AM/FM radio, to stay in contact, to get weather updates, emergency information, those kinds of things, and make sure that you have batteries along with it. We cannot forget that COVID-19 is still alive and well, and we want to make sure that you have kits and face shields, gloves, wipes, any type of these disinfectants to protect you and your family as you go out during an emergency and or disaster. So here we have food that's going to last us for about 3 days. Right, now this is just one portion just for me, but if you have a family of 4 or 5, you want to make sure that you are well prepared and you have some backup food for them. We recommend that you get some household canned items, but if you do have a household canned items, make sure that you have a can opener to access that food. We recommend kind of a picnic style, just throw in some foam plates, napkins, forks, spoons, those kinds of things, plastic utensils. These can work in any type of Ziploc bag that you can have out there. We also recommend that you have some wipes, that you have some disinfectant items, and then also additionally, if you have kiddos, make sure that you have some backup diapers and wipes for them as well. Additionally, toiletry items are very important, from toothpaste, toothbrush, a comb, a brush, anything that you're going to be using in the restroom. We also recommend that you put in some backup toilet paper. We saw how the toilet paper fiasco during COVID-19. So you want to make sure that you have some toilet paper in there for you for those times that you need during an emergency and or disaster.
Well, that does it on this edition of Fact Friday. Paul, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you all for watching. Remember, if you need any more information on National Preparedness Month, make sure to visit elpasoready.org. And if you need any more information regarding COVID-19, make sure to visit epstrong.org or visit the city's social media sites. We'll see you guys on the next Fact Friday.